Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Marketing Matters. I'm Sarah Touchstone, Landmark Titles social media marketing strategist and educator. I get the pleasure of bringing you all Marketing Matters every single Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Arizona time, 9 a.m. During daylight savings for our folks in Nevada. And this month of December, it's all about finding your niche. So these 3 weeks that we have in December, they are all dedicated to finding your niche. It's an entire series. Like I said before I started recording, if you miss one of the weeks, don't worry. You can catch them all on our Landmark Title Assurance Agency YouTube channel. So just make sure you're looking for the December ones. And you can even put in the keyword niche. The series is going to be all about it. Today, we are starting out with identifying your client, your ideal client, and how that's going to help you in finding and defining your niche. So let's dive in, guys. So why finding your niche matters. We're kicking off the series with this because your niche can help you to stand out in a very, very crowded real estate market. Here in Arizona, we have tens of thousands of realtors. So how are you going to stand out? How are you going to be able to convince your clients to go with you as opposed to the realtor next to you? A lot of that can be by really defining your niche. It helps you to also build deeper and more authentic connections with clients. And in the real estate industry, you know, we want to work with everyone, right? But there are particular clients that you are going to gravitate towards, and they're going to gravitate towards you. So by defining who that clientele base is, gives you that ability to really dive deep with them and to understand, as opposed to trying to scatter yourself really thin with trying to, make everybody your ideal client. It allows you also to create more efficient and focused marketing strategies. So when you are marketing to a particular niche or a particular group, you can spend your time defining that marketing material to attract that specific clientele. Once again, when you're trying to do broad scope marketing, that marketing is not going to appeal to each individual. However, if you really define your niche and your market, you can target your marketing specifically to what's going to speak to that group. And then, of course, it maximizes your ROI by targeting the right audience. You're putting your money and your time and your effort into the right people, the right audience. So it really does matter. The most successful realtors in the real estate industry, and particularly in our Arizona market, are ones who are hyper local and have defined niches. So let's dive into more. What is a niche market? So a niche market, and some people say niche, some people say niche. I say niche. So, that's you're going to hear this word coming out of my mouth a lot today. So a niche market is a specific segment of the real estate market where you excel. A lot of times people think that it is where you want to be, but we're going to talk about how you can define who you've already served and how you can really bring that back into that niche market. So some common ones are first-time home buyers, luxury property. I know everybody wants to be in luxury. Investment opportunities, working with investors is another really great market. Relocation, of course, here in Phoenix, even during the slow times, we see a lot of people moving to the area. This has not slowed down, even though our market seems like it's a little bit slower and people here in the Phoenix and Arizona area are not necessarily moving around as much as they were a couple of years ago. We are still seeing a tremendous boom in people relocating to our area. So if that's kind of your niche, that's a great one as well. And then your niche also reflects your strengths and aligns with your expertise. So when you play to your strong suits and what you know best, you're going to have more success across the board. So we got a couple of steps now. Like I said, we're going to actually reverse engineer our clients, right? So when you're looking at your niche, a lot of times we do get into the real estate industry and we're like, I want to work luxury. I want to work first time home buyer. I want to work growing families. But we do tend to gravitate towards a particular group of individuals pretty naturally because your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So in analyzing what our niche is today, how we are going to identify it, we're going to, step one is going to be look at our past clients. So look at, and even new agents can do this. You know, if look at your sphere, a lot of times by the time you guys are on Marketing Matters, you've got a couple of sales under your belt, even if you're new agents. So review your past sales and transactions and identify what trends are within those. So what demographics do your clients fall into? Look at things like age, income, lifestyle, areas of town, that sort of thing. What are their hobbies? What are they doing? What is it that speaks to them? What types of properties have you sold most frequently? If you are wanting luxury to be your niche, but you are selling $300,000 homes in Avondale, take a look at that. The properties that you've been working and like I said, it may not be, sometimes what we want our niche to be is not our niche. So look at what you've actually done. And then which transactions have brought you the most satisfaction and the most referrals. I'll go back to a lot of times agents come in and they want to do luxury, but they end up working with single moms. And this is really at their heart. This is what they enjoy doing. And they want to maybe try and make that transition into luxury. But when they look back at their transactions and what has brought them the most joy and the most satisfaction, it is making sure, that moms can get their kids into these houses and create not just housing for them, but a home for them. And a lot of times, those are where the referrals are going to come from as well. So a great example of this is when you look and you analyze, 60% of your past clients are first-time home buyers from ages 25 to 35. So really try and get some numbers out of what your past sales and transactions have looked like. That is step one. Step two, research market opportunities. Oh, we got a question in here. Yes, Micah, the link to share with your team, it is, you can share your link as well and they can hop on as you, or you can go to our Facebook and pull it off, or there are emails that were sent out as well, or reach out to your business development manager right now to get the link to hop on. Yes, everybody hop on at any point in time. Okay, so step two, guys, research market opportunities. So exploring the trends in the Phoenix housing market. This is, once again, this goes into what you think you want your niche to be. If you think that you want it to just be luxury, check out what the trends are here. There are some very significant ones that are particular to the Phoenix market as well, such as the high demand for active adult communities. I mean, we have entire cities that are built around that. This is a really, really great place for that. Although researching and knowing what the trends are, just because you want to work, I've known agents that want to work in the active adult communities, but they don't fit in that demographic. So people are hesitant to work with them. Growing interest in eco-friendly and sustainable homes. This is I think it's an underrated area in Phoenix. This has been a trend that has been growing throughout the country over the years, but a lot of these eco-friendly and sustainable homes are being pioneered here in Phoenix. And that's just going to continue to be a really growing market and a growing importance for, I think, most Americans as we move forward with, especially with the new home builds. And then you've got increased interest from out-of-state buyers looking to escape the cold climates. Winter is always a great time. Just as feels like it's getting warmer here in Phoenix, it is getting colder in some of these colder climates. And with the continuing growth of business and the microchip plants and all the opportunities here in the Phoenix area, we are still seeing a significant growth from people coming out of state, as well as people that are coming from cities and states where they're just getting priced out. So maybe it's not even cold, like in California, but we're having a huge influx. So once again, that's a niche market. And then Phoenix or Maricopa County is the #1 city for retiring veterans. So being up to date on VA and VA loans and how to work with veterans is a niche market in itself. You don't necessarily need to be a veteran to be able to serve veterans, but you do need to understand the ins and outs of that, working with that particular market. To find these, you can use things like MLS reports, local news. Yeah, local news. They're still show news every evening on your morning on your local news channels. So seeing what is going on, as well as getting on their websites. And then Google Trends to identify emerging opportunities as well. Google Trends is a great resource because this is what we're looking for, right? We're looking for trends. There's also a couple of good websites that you can find out what people are searching. One is askthepublic.com and asksocrates.com. Both of these you can actually put in what people are Googling and searching for these different niche markets. And that's going to help you to not only define, but to also create marketing material for these type of groups. The third thing you're going to do is identify your strengths. So this goes into what are you best at? Once again, just because you want to be in a niche market doesn't mean that that market is going to play to your strengths. So reflect on your experience and your skills. Which clients do you enjoy working the most with? I keep going back to luxury because luxury it's just easy to kind of pick at because it's where the money is. So maybe you've done a luxury transaction and you didn't really like working with those clients. There's definitely a different level of customer service they expect and demand that gets put on the realtors. So just because you want to be in that market, did you enjoy working with those clients? I go back to working with single moms. A lot of people enjoy working with them because they're overwhelmed with gratitude. It's a very emotional, very wonderful experience a lot of times. So I know realtors that they didn't set out to work with single moms, but that's who they actually ended up enjoying working the most with. The second thing is, what type of certificates or unique knowledge do you bring to the table? Maybe you've gone and you've taken a luxury real estate class and you have certifications for that. Maybe you yourself grew up in a luxury neighborhood, and so you can fall back on that experience. Or maybe you yourself were raised by a single mother. So bringing in that type of knowledge and that experience is going to really help you to define what your strengths are. And then do you have experience in a specific neighborhood or property types? Like I said, a lot of times the neighborhoods that you live in are some of your best niche. The neighborhood that you live in, you are your clientele, right? So you have an idea of what people in that neighborhood are wanting, what they're needing. But this can also go into like your childhood. Did you grow up in that neighborhood? What types of properties are you comfortable? Do you know the most about? Maybe you're a horse person, and horse properties are something that you have an extensive knowledge about. So thinking about those things can help you really define what your strengths are. And the example I kind of pulled this in as I was explaining, if you've earned a luxury home certification, focus on high-end real estate. So those certifications, they are important. You're able to kind of take a little bit more of a deep dive and understand more of the psychology sometimes when you go and you get those certifications beyond just your bi-yearly CE classes. Don't be afraid to go, and if you really do decide this is what your niche wants, go and take classes and certifications. Once again, I've known agents that think they want to go into luxury, and they've gone and they've actually taken the certifications and they've said, maybe luxury isn't for me. But you might be the person that says, I take the certification, and yes, this absolutely is for me. So don't be afraid to look for those types of certifications as well. Plus, that's a resume builder. Okay, step 4, profile your ideal client. So define your client avatar by answering these key questions. Who are they? Age, income, professional, family status. What are your clients' goals? Is it buying? Is it selling? Is it investing? What are they, why are they, working with you, and why are they trying to buy or sell, purchase, whatever it is that they're doing in real estate? Where do they spend their time online? This is a really good one as well, because we do spend a lot of time and effort doing online marketing. We do it because, well, online marketing typically is free or very little money that you have to invest in it. But where are your clients? What demographic are they in? Which social media platform are they on? Social media platforms are very dictated by the demographics. You've got your older generation that are on Facebook, younger millennials are on Instagram, the Gen Z and Alpha, they're on TikTok. So where are your clients on social media? What type of resources and websites for real estate are they using? So an example, Sarah, this is of no, I didn't pick this one. I picked this as an example. I am also Sarah, but I am not 32. I wish. Sarah, 32, first-time buyer, works in tech, wants a condo in Tempe near public transit. This is going to help you to define what your niche is when you're defining who your client is. All right, step 5, validating. We all love validation, especially in real estate. So validate your niche. Test it out before you fully commit. Remember, you don't have to go all in as you are working and defining your niche. Going all in before you have really defined your niche can be very costly as well. So before you commit 1,000%, run a small scale target ad to gauge interest. Once again, we say, if you are wanting, you don't force a niche. You massage it, you figure out, and if it is meant for you, it will come back. So running the small scale target ads to see what the interest is. Just because you want it something to be your niche doesn't necessarily mean that that's what your sphere is going to be attracted to. Connect with past clients and confirm the demand of that niche as well. It's a great opportunity to reach out to your past clients. I know you guys are already all reaching out to your past clients all the time. But this is just another touch to confirm with them and ask them, do you think that this is where I am best served as a realtor in this type of community? Your clients, if you've been fostering a relationship with them, this will be an easy ask from them. Join communities and groups and attend events where your ideal clients gather. If it is, if your neighborhood, you're wanting to farm your neighborhood, you're wanting that to be your niche, and there are farmers markets or something like that in your neighborhood, you best be at those markets. This is where your clientele is spending time. So this is a great chance for you to lead generate by attending these type of events, but also understand your clients in your niche even more. And then, of course, adjust based on the feedback and the data from your experiments. A lot of times, this is an important step too, guys. A lot of times, we think we know our clients, we think we know our market, and we spend a lot of time and effort and energy marketing to them, but we don't come back full circle and analyze our data. And very frequently, we do not adjust. We just say, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep doing it. And then we wonder why we're not getting the ideal results that we're hoping for. Sometimes you have to adjust. Sometimes it's not always necessarily what you want to adjust to as well. But that's why you analyze the data, and you've got to be flexible and you've got to pivot in this market. It changes. It changes almost monthly in our Phoenix market. So you've got to pivot and you've got to adjust. Okay, some common niche mistakes to avoid. So we got those 5 steps. These are the mistakes that a lot of people make. Avoid selecting a niche that is too broad or too narrow. You got to find that sweet spot to work with. Don't ignore. I just was talking about this. Don't ignore your market data or your trends when you're choosing your focus. Don't say, well, this data is just wrong. Numbers don't lie, guys. They are what they are. They have no ulterior motive to give you anything else. So focus on your data and be flexible with it. Don't get so set in your ways that you're like, I like this marketing material. I don't care if anybody else does. That's not the point of your niche and your marketing. And then be consistent. When you find what works for you, dive into it, go deep and stick with it. Now, that's why I said in the beginning, it's really important to kind of feel it out, do some samples, do some gauging, but don't pick a niche market and go all in and then switch it up. Frequent switching of niche markets really can confuse your potential clients as well as your past clients. You know, if your niche market was working with active adult communities and now you're working with single moms, the people that you've been working with, they're going to be kind of confused. They'll be like, well, who are you working with? What are you doing? Your marketing material doesn't even apply to me anymore. You know, I'm not expanding my family. Like, I'm retired. So once you do pick it out, try to stick with it. All right, next steps, guys. What are you going to do next? Now that you've got all this information, your next steps when you get off of this webinar is going to be analyze your past clients and your sales history, research the markets, the markets in Phoenix area and beyond. Some of us are on the outskirts. You want to make sure that you're touching base with those if that's a potential area and niche for you. Create a detailed profile of your ideal client. Yes, this is where you get to pick, who do I want to work with? And then begin testing your niche through targeted campaigns and outreach. If you need help with targeted campaigns as well, reach out to your business development managers. We've got a series. We've got a lot of Marketing Matters series on particular, like Facebook ads, Google ads, that sort of thing that can help you along with that. And of course, we're here to help you with all of your, digital and print marketing needs to really hone in and start testing out your niche market. Tools and resources. So you've done all of that. You pulled it all together, but you're going to need your tools set up as well. So your CRM platforms, Salesforce, HubSpot, Wise Agent. This is where you're going to go to really analyze your client data. Don't just pull it out of your memory banks, right? You got a lot of stuff going on in there. Use your actual data. Use what you've written down about your clients, not just what you remember about your clients, but what's actually in your CRM to help you analyze them. Market research tools like the MLS reports and Google Trends. This is what's going to help you to actually see what is popular right now in Phoenix and in those areas and in those markets that you want to have a niche in. And then templates for creating client avatars. We can help you. I can send these out if you guys are interested in how to basically, this is basically creating what your ideal client looks like and how you can help identify them. If you guys need help with that, of course, reach out to your business development managers. And then social media insight for your targeted ads. Don't just post it and walk away. Go back in and analyze your data. How are your ads doing? Whether it's a boost, an ad, even your non-paid for. If you're doing this within your Meta Business Suite, you can still go back in and see how even your free posts are doing. But go in and analyze your data. That's the number one thing that's going to help you to really hone in what your niche is. Not just saying, I want to work with these people, I think I'd be great at it, but look at your data and know that you are great at it. All right, guys, that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, we're gonna be coming back to this topic. We're talking about niches all month long in December. So this was just the tip of the iceberg. If you want to see what other classes we have coming up, you can always go to our events page on our website. So through the rest of December, today was identifying your ideal client. Next week is going to be about branding. I love branding. Oh, it's the best. So branding yourself. Now that you've identified your ideal client and what your niche is, how are you going to brand yourself within this specialty niche? That's next week. And then the following week is going to be reaching your niche clients and using the marketing channels that work. So this week was about who is your niche. Next week, how are we going to brand you specifically in that niche? Third week, it's going to be all about how we can take that branding and use it to market across the channels that are going to work for that niche. And then, of course, Christmas, no webinar. I will miss you guys. I know you will miss me, but that's okay because we will be coming back. We actually do take the next 2 weeks off. So we've got Christmas and then New Year's Eve. No webinar on New Year's Eve either. But if you guys miss us, there's always great recordings all across our Landmark Title Assurance Agency YouTube channel. But don't worry, there's a lot of great content that's coming your way through the rest of this month. So tomorrow morning, we've got our next Arizona real estate series. This one is going to have top producing agent Rudy Flores and economist Parker Ross coming on to talk about how to get ahead of the 2025 market curve. Guys, I know it's been rough. I know 2024 was a tough year for us, but there is hope on the horizon. 2025 is going to be an absolutely great year. It is. The crystal ball has told us this. So if you want to position yourself to be ahead of everybody else, hop on this webinar tomorrow. It is 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. You will not regret hopping on that webinar. And then if you're free that afternoon, we are doing a wrapping party at our Biltmore training room off Camelback Road. Whether you adopted a family or you just love wrapping, come on by. We're going to be there from noon until 5. We're going to have some snacks. We're going to have some festivities, some drinks. Santa Mac is going to stop by. This is always just a great time for us to get together, and all of our offices do adopt families, so we'll be wrapping for them. And come on by. If you adopted a family as well with help, please come on by. They usually have you drop off unwrapped gifts on Friday and Saturday coming up this week, but they give us the opportunity to wrap our own. So it is a unique opportunity to come by and get those gifts wrapped all together. And then this is today. Yeah, sorry. This is going on next week. Sorry. December is a blur, right? Next week. This is next Tuesday. Today is only the 4th. Woo. On December 10th, we've got the rules and the codes, 3 hours of commissioner standards and NAR code of ethics, 9 a.m. until noon. You do need to register for this in advance. This is at the atrium at Arrowhead. The room is limited to a certain capacity, so reach out to Renee and get registered for that. And then the following day, everybody's been waiting for this one, guys. This is our Service to Sold Veterans panel. December 11th, we've got a great location for this too. We're going to be at Blanco's Cantina off of Camelback Road. We're going to have appetizers and drinks. And we're going to have a panelist of 5 amazing real estate professionals that started out in the military. They have taken all of these tools from their service, and they have been able to apply them in a very constructive way to the real estate industry. Remember, one of the niches groups that we talked about is veterans. So whether you are currently working with veterans, whether you'd love for working with veterans to be your niche, or you just want to come out and hear how top producers in our industry are thriving, come on out. Limited seating available. So scan that QR code, RSVP, reach out to your business development manager. We've only got a few seats left. So you're going to want to get registered this week. And don't wait for next week because there may not even be seats available. So get registered for that today. That's next Wednesday. And then the following Wednesday, we've got Patrick McQueen coming back on Zoom. He does this once a month for us. And the knowledge that he shares is always really, really, really good. So this one next week is going to be what every agent must know about the 2024 real estate laws. There were a lot of changes in laws during 2024 for real estate. So find out what they are, be up to date, and be that realtor in the know for your clients. This is on Zoom, so scan that QR code or reach out to Renee if you'd like the code for that as well. And then, of course, every month we've got our wonderful home tours. Never miss them, guys. These go off without a hitch. I think Biltmore probably won't be the fourth Wednesday because that is Christmas this month. However, Moon Valley will be going off third Thursday, 8:30 a.m. Reach out to our chairs on that if you ever want to attend. I always tell you guys every week, this is even if you don't sell in that neighborhood, the homes that are on these tours are always unique. They are always quirky, and it is a great opportunity for content. Get out there, film yourself, film these homes, and stay top of mind with your clients, even through the holidays. Even if you don't have anything going on for real estate, these are great opportunities to look like you do. And of course, even through the holidays, we're all still working. We're all here. It's things don't change in sales for us. So please reach out if you have any questions, if there's anything you want to implement, if there's anything we talked about today, you're like, I would really love to dive deeper into that. Your business development managers, they are your partners in this industry. They're not just title and escrow. There's so much more that they can help you with. So reach out to Beth, Dina, Emily, Keith, Mary, Michael, Michelle, Patty, Renee, and Raylan up in Prescott for any of your marketing needs. And of course, please reach out to us at Landmark Title for your escrow and title needs. This is our bread and butter. This is what we really and truly love doing with and for our clients. We have 7 offices here in the Valley, 1 up in Prescott, 2 up in Nevada for all of your title and escrow needs. And please, as you're writing contracts during this season and all seasons, make sure to include Landmark Title on your contract. We'd love to help your clients and to help you have amazing closings. So come on back next week. We are talking more about niche marketing, and I look forward to seeing you guys then.